We're live. Start. I can't do it. Okay, I've muted mine. Sure it's mute? Go ahead, please go ahead.
A beautiful day for football. Welcome to Upper Canada College in Toronto. It's the football season opener in the Conference of Independent Schools Athletic Association. And the defending champions from UCC will kick things off, hosting the St. Andrews Saints from Aurora, which is just north of the city. Hello again, everyone. My name is David Grossman, and alongside today with me is Scott Cowie as we team up to bring you the action, the background, and for that matter, lots more in this exciting game. Scott, first game of the season, and these two teams will treat it as if it's already playoff time. What do you think?
Yeah, no kidding, Dave. We've done, I guess, this probably maybe 3 or 4 times now, and I think in particular the rivalry between St. Andrews College and Upper Canada College, a very storied one, in particular football championships over the past maybe 8 to 10 years or so, has been a big battle, so it's a really exciting day here.
20 degrees and it's a clear sky, not much of a wind, but that might pick up a little bit later on this A-Day, which stands for Association Day here at Upper Canada. And Scott, I'm told it's an annual event that somewhat brings the community together with a variety of events for the families. Former students are here, old boys are here, and that's no reference to you and me, but to former UCC students. We got parents and friends, and I guess at this time we should welcome our international audience as well, who might get a glimpse of their son's success on the football field as we try to describe it, and they attend Upper Canada College. The academic reputation of this school, it always attracts students from around the world, and there are players on this year's team from 8 different countries. It tends to beg the question, are the students here to play football and from the athletic side of it, or is it academics and whatever else comes with the package?
Right. Well, I think you identifying the package there is the key word. We're fortunate in that we offer the International Baccalaureate program here at Upper Canada College, and that does attract a lot of students from around the globe, and we're fortunate to have a thriving, I guess some might call it a boutique boarding program as well. We have about 90 boarders of our 760 or so students at the upper school, so it's a nice small part of our community, but an integral one as well, and it's great to have all those international boys here, and great to be able to broadcast over the web here to hopefully, as you said, some of their parents can just keep an eye and see what some of their boys are doing.
We're about a couple of minutes away from the official kickoff. Referee at today's game is Greg Aletto. Umpire is Marco Pawlowski. The line judge is Byron Griffith. The head linesman is Aaron Cohen. And we should mention the very important job the guys on the sticks do, Joseph Bodley, Gotham Bigness, and Scott Cameron. The timer for today's game is Michelle Wilson. And you might see some of the officials wearing this number 5 on their lapel. And that's in respect for their late colleague, Jack Leach. Many of us knew a great official, a great human being, and we sincerely miss him, having passed in the past year. I'm going to be interested in seeing the St. Andrews running game versus the Upper Canada College passing game. physically, it looks as if St. Andrews, pound for pound, kilogram for kilogram, you name it, these kids are a lot bigger than Upper Canada. And we said that last year as well. But there's something about a UCC team that brings the best out of kids, regardless of the size.
Yeah, you're right, David. And having coached the varsity team at UCC for about 10 years, our players do seem to really give it their best and really give it their all. And they really seem to rise to the level of the challenge, especially when they're playing their arch rival, St. Andrews College.
Soccer, volleyball, and football games going on today, all against St. Andrews in this big day. And we should mention some of the scores. And it's been a good one for UCC. The varsity soccer team winning 4-1. The under 14 soccer team winning 4-0. And the junior football team, the game played a little bit earlier on this field. Again, UCC victorious 9-6, so maybe going for the sweep.
I think that's certainly what the varsity guys would like to see, but as you would know even more than I with your career covering high school sports, it's such a seasons are really short ones, and games are important. And also the time within a game, just the momentum that can swing and shift at any point in time. It's going to be tough to call this one, I think.
One of the big changes for Upper Canada College this season isn't actually a player on the field, and that is their new head coach, with Dave Brown taking over from the job done by Dave Shaw for the past 12, 13 years. Dave Shaw moving on up the street to Crescent School, a new academic position. Dave Shaw having this team basically as a family for so many years, with two championships, two-time defending Blues, I should say. And yet Dave Brown, who isn't new to this place, he's been a teacher here for the past 8 years. He's also the former defensive coordinator as well, now taking on the head job of this club. How difficult, as a former coach, would you say it is for a guy like Dave Brown to pick up from his predecessor?
Well, I think one of the attributes, I think, of the team is that they're a really tight-knit group of guys. And I would say that's also really reflective from the coaching staff as well. There's a great core of guys, and Dave Shaw, of course, really good friend of mine. His departure, obviously he will be missed, but I do think that Dave Brown will be able to fill that role quite well. And given the fact that all of them have coached for so many years together, I think it's a transition that they'll manage quite well.
They didn't really have much time to get in preseason action. UCC had somewhat of a scrimmage against St. Thomas Aquinas from London. However, St. Andrews did manage to have two games. They defeated St. Joan of Arc from Barrie 31-8, and then took out Huron Heights, regarded to be one of the stronger teams in the province this year, 20-8. And again, stressing the running game. And of interest will be one of their backs, number 24. You'll see him in the red with the white letters, by the surname of Simmons. And if your hockey memory goes back a bit, you'll notice that he, in fact, is the nephew of Wayne Simmons, playing in the NHL. So if this kid is good on a football gridiron, I can just imagine what he's like on skates.
Yeah, definitely has some good family genes there. And of course, St. Andrews as always seems to have produced some great, strong running backs. With Jonathan Femi Cole last year, I think we covered a couple of games with him involved, who's now at Minnesota, I think, on a scholarship.
Two teams having their last huddle chats. Different this year is the fact that we're back to 4 teams. And that as a result of Villanova dropping out. Previously Ashbury from Ottawa, Ridley from St. Catharines have all seen some football and have bowed out. So we're down to 4 teams, allowing for a home-and-home series. All 4 teams, Upper Canada, St. Andrews, Trinity, and St. Michael's, have won league championships.
Yeah, I think it definitely could be a very competitive year, and should be with 4, I think, quality top teams maybe across the province, and I think we're going to be in for a good one today as well, as indicative of that.
Something also new, I was talking to Brent McKay, the athletic director here at Upper Canada, before the game, is the decision by the CIS AA not to take part in OFSA football this year. What are your thoughts about that?
Looks like we're just going to have the national anthem and allow the
we'll answer that in
boys
just
the
a
prep.
moment.
You bet.
Nice job of the national anthem by 3 UCC, maybe future athletes.
Maybe future athletes, they might be the new 3 tenors, who knows?
That's right. We're just seconds away from the startup. I'm David Grossman, Scott Cowie, coming to you from the season opener at Upper Canada College. The UCC Blues, 2-time defending champs, hosting, I guess we could call it their nemesis, St. Andrews College from Aurora. It's going to be an exciting game. St. Andrews wearing their away uniforms. That's the red jerseys with the white numbers. They'll be going from left to right on your screen. Silver helmets. UCC with the dark navy blue helmets. Their home uniform of white shirts and navy blue numbers. Just before we paused for the national anthem, a quick response if there is one. What do you think? OFSA, good idea bowing out?
Well, I think really it's our only idea, just given the new transfer rules and things like that, especially for a lot of the independent schools like us who will take in they'll take in student athletes at various points of the year, and those boys not being able to play on those representative teams. I really think it's a decision that we had to make. I always like the OFSA experience, and it's unfortunate, but it's one of those things that is what it is.
A number of people agree with the decision. They like it. They think that the responsibility of OFSA has changed dramatically. We'll see, and we'll talk about it as the game goes on. You heard the whistle. We're ready to kick off. Upper Canada. On the right side, St. Andrews taking the ball will be Will Sermon.
A big hit there. Jose Guerrera, I think, was in on that tackle.
I'm glad I'm up here and not down there. It's first down for St. Andrews on their 31-yard line.
You see Aiden Power, number 12, coming off. You'll see Aiden operating at a number of different positions. He's the one who kicked off the ball there. Very versatile player.
Quarterback as well. Well, let's see what St. Andrews does on their first set of downs. Their quarterback, Ben Schmidt, 6'2", 205. As expected, Andre Simmons with the first rush of the game, but he went backwards. A loss of 4.
Olivier Couture, one of the 3 or 4 Blues in on that tackle.
Simmons had 4 touchdowns in the preseason victory game against St. Joan of Arc. Second down, correction, about 12 yards to go. Schmidt connects with Andrew Bedell. Depending on where they measure, it should be enough. Then again, they move the ball back, so it'll be a third down.
Olivier Couture in on the stop there. St. Andrews looks like they're going to go for it. No punting team on the field right now with about half a yard.
Third down from their 40-yard line. Let's see what Schmidt calls. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Sticks on the ground. Simmons.
More than enough there.
Moves the chains. This is what Linger, their head coach, was telling me before the game. They're going to continue to run off tackles left and right and try wear down the UCC defense. And if they are stopped, which they haven't in 2 preseason games, they know how to throw the ball.
Yeah, they're always multi-talented, number of threats.
Schmidt back, first down pass. Will Merkel. And there's a late flag.
That could be a late hit. Out of bounds.
We'll see what the call is. That's exactly what it was. Move the ball even further into UCC territory. Nicely underway. 2 minutes, 10 seconds in this opening quarter of the CISAA League Opener at Upper Canada College. St. Andrews, the guest, UCC, hosting. First down, St. Andrews. Receivers left and right. Instead, Simmons gets the ball.
Looks like Matty Lapointe in linebacker position there to take Simmons down. And that's one thing as Upper Canada College, you want to try to be disciplined for sure. You know that you're already up against a very explosive offense, and you don't want to give many extra yards in any type of situation.
Second down, 9 for St. Andrews. Schmidt goes to the air. Again, Andrew Bedell, second reception. Good enough to move the chains, first down. We didn't mention that UCC's defensive line sets up with DaCosta and Archibald as the ends, and Guerrera and Lapointe as the tackles. And they've had some difficulty with the St. Andrews offensive line. We'll get back to that momentarily. First down, goal to go. There's another flag. You talk about discipline. There were 2 right there.
I suspect one of them, we'll see if I'm right, maybe actually a hold on St. Andrews. That would have been the first one, which makes the other penalty completely unnecessary and actually may negate what could have been a break for the Blues there, if I'm right.
Schmidt, the quarterback, the ball carrier from London, Ontario.
It was a hold on St. Andrews.
A little bit of a break, if you could call it that, for UCC.
Yeah.
Gives them some breathing room.
Yes, I guess that other flag that was thrown may have just to be confirming the first flag that was thrown as well.
First down from the 20. Schmidt.
Looked like maybe a blown call there. Number 11 was definitely coming across, Will Sherman, for the pass, but didn't quite make it there.
Incomplete, 2nd and 10 for St. Andrews.
Big stop for the Blues defense here. And a important play on second down.
Schmidt has 2 receivers left, one to the right. Big tight end. Look for him. He's open. Instead, Schmidt's carrying the ball. No way. UCC brings him down. We'll set up a 3rd down.
Offense, get ready. Offense, get ready.
Likely a field goal situation.
Ryder Sasuka on that, one of the players in on that tackle. And we are seeing the UCC Blues gang tackling with 3 or 4 players.
Oh, it's 2nd.
Offense, get set.
3 or 4 foot. No, I think it is 3rd.
It was a late changing. So they're going with 3rd and 20. A bit of a surprise.
That's a very big play. Hannibal DePontier with the stop on the receiver, even though the pass was completed.
Does that not surprise you, Scott, that you're that close? You've got a long way to go to at least go for the point. You've got a reliable field goal kicker, and here they are. It's just a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it is surprising because they could have gone for the field goal. Certainly not. We haven't seen the field goal unit out today, so we don't know what they're like. But it does seem like a surprising call, David. I agree.
Well, let's see what Upper Canada can do. Their defense was pushed down the field in the first series of downs, and now it's up to Howard.
Connects with Justin Wong there for a short gain of about 2.
Aiden Power, you're going to hear that name throughout the game as a quarterback, as a kicker. He even plays defense.
He has on occasion. That's true.
See what he can do now. 2nd down, 8 yards to go for Upper Canada. Double receivers right, there's a flag.
I suspect this may be called back. I think the Blues may have jumped offside.
Hunter Okabusu. With the catch.
I do seem to be talking to
You're right.
St. Andrews captain.
They're moving it back. Instead of what looked like a 1st down, now sets up as 2nd and about 15. Upper Canada deep in their end. 9:06 to go in this first quarter.
There's a slight wind, it seems, from east to west.
Power calls the shots. Rashid Tucker going over left tackle, moves the sticks. It's 3rd down. Not wanting to take any chances, it looks as if Dave Brown has sent the kicking team out.
Yeah, I think when you're when you're backed up that far in your own zone, I don't think you'd take the same risk that the Saints did with their 3rd and short. Kick the ball away, as I said, with that wind. We see Aiden Power in the punting position here again. Also probably a threat for a fake as well, and there it is.
You're exactly right.
Tough luck. Just out of the hands of Patrick Stevenson.
Now, I couldn't tell from where I am, but did he have enough real estate maybe to make that 1st down without throwing it?
Yeah, tough to tell. I know that certainly there was one St. Andrews man to beat, and the pass was just a little high, and he's probably wishing he maybe had tried to take on that man himself now.
So both St. Andrews and Upper Canada on their first set of downs turn the ball over.
And often football is a game of field position, and the Saints are looking very good in that respect right now with the ball on the 35.
Schmidt, the quarterback. Receivers left and right, 3 in the backfield. Hands the ball off to Simmons. I have another flag.
Great tackle there by Matty Lapointe.
It's a holding call on St. Andrews.
Not only did he make the tackle, actually drew the holding call there. It's quite a play. I stand corrected, the ball was at around the 25, not the 35.
Just the first game of the season, right? And here we are expecting perfection.
High standards, David.
These two teams will meet again on Wednesday, October the 7th in Aurora. By then, UCC is hoping to be 3-0, but we'll see what happens.
I suspect St. Andrews is hoping the same.
Schmidt calls the play, looks to the right, gets Simmons. Right foot did step out of bounds.
Looks like the UCC coaching staff there may have done their work well in reading that play and making sure their players were in a position to cover it.
The background comments you're hearing, we're located, we should tell our listeners, a few feet away from the UCC bench. Second down looks like about 20. Two receivers left. Schmidt was looking for one of them, and he's wide open too.
We do have a flag down on the play though, and often in that vicinity it is offside, as the receiver might just be a little anxious to get across that gain line.
Will Sermon thought he had a touchdown, and it's coming back.
We have an injured player on the field for UCC. It's Kai Shida. And David, you're right, it does look like the ball is coming back.
Scott, we got a great day for a football game, a very appreciative crowd. Would imagine the UCC Booster Club is here somewhere as well.
They always are.
7:25 to go in the first quarter. And let's just say St. Andrews has a second down with a lot of yards to go.
Kai Shida coming off. You know, David Kai is one of those players that we talked about at the opening. He's a boarder from Japan, and I don't think he had much experience playing football. And here he is 3 years later, I guess, starting for the Varsity Blues. What a great story, a great student.
And the injury doesn't appear to be serious.
Second and a long way.
Three receivers left. Schmidt bobbled the ball. He's looking for a wide open Simmons, and he's got him. Now, there was no one in sight, no white shirt around.
Not sure if that was a matter of blown coverage. It was kind of a funny play with the snap being high.
Simmons gets the first score of the game. What appeared to be a 37-yard touchdown from Schmidt.
Caleb, you're good?
Yeah, I'm not on camera team now.
You're still playing guard, right?
Yeah, I'm still playing good.
Oh, you thanked it. You thanked it. You thanked it.
Convert attempt by Charlie Illich is not good. So it is St. Andrews 6, Upper Canada 0. The season opener, varsity football, with 7:04 to go in the opening quarter.
Well, and hindsight's 20/20, David, but I wonder if there are any second thoughts about not kicking that ball away when the Blues had the opportunity when they were punting.
You know, it's such a fabulous day here, Scott, with so many activities and events going on. I took a walk around the campus before this game started, and I saw there was a musical talent show, there was a farmer's market, a silent auction, a tennis tournament, a barbecue. What I want to know is, Did any of your former students or current students try to get you into that dunk tank?
I actually seem to have been relieved of that duty this year, but in former years, yes, I have been there, and lots of fun and cold water.
Well, they put on a great job today. Association Day here at UCC. The kickoff is a short one. Ball bobbled. Looks as if St. Andrews recovered.
It does. It's like it's in and out of the hands there of number 83, Matt Parsons. We'll be wishing he had that one back, but lots of playing time left.
Second turnover of the quarter for UCC. One thing they want to do is keep the St. Andrews offense off the field, and they're giving him opportunities. First down. St. Andrews. Officials have stopped play.
Yeah, it's just trying to, looks like an official's timeout maybe. I don't know if either team actually called it.
St. Andrews trying to add to their 6-0 lead. They're on the UCC 43-yard line. They have first down. Fairly big offensive line, averaging about 250 pounds. I don't know about you, Scott, but when I played high school football, maybe if you were 140, you'd be on the O-line.
Yeah, definitely we've seen, I think, across the province and probably across the country, just the size of players and their attention to fitness and athleticism just have skyrocketed.
First down for the Saints from St. Andrews. Let's see what they're going to do. Schmidt calling the plays. 3 receivers left. One right. A wobbly ball. Looked like an opportunity to...
St. Andrews quarterback Schmidt there took a real hard hit from Matty Lapointe just as he released the ball. I suspect that number 33, Hannibal DePontier, would like that one back as well.
Give me one more, and this time I'll hang on to it.
That's right.
Incompleted pass, 2nd and 10.
Tough for us to see that, but
incomplete.
Certainly by the reaction of the St. Andrews players, you know that one's incomplete.
A little surprised they're going to the passing game in the first quarter when they have been so successful with the running game against 2 very good high school teams in preseason.
Yeah, no, it's true. They've, as you said, it seemed that Coach Lengur had talked about running off tackle, and we didn't see any of that during that last series. I suspect, given what's happened here, we might see that the next time the Saints have the ball.
Third down. Kicking situation. Schmidt lets the ball go. And Gabriel Boucher lets it bounce out of bounds. So we'll see what Upper Canada can do. They have not got out of their own end in this first quarter. The offensive line setting up in front of Power. Left tackle is Gabriel Boucher. The right tackle, Martin. Center, Lapointe. The 2 guards are Kaler and Guerrera.
Many suggesting on that last play that St. Andrews' kicker was actually down as his knee made contact with the ground when he had the ball. Referees seem to think differently.
It's also their first game of the season.
True.
First down, Upper Canada moving from right to left on your screen in the white. Power goes to the air.
To Patrick Stevenson.
Enough to move the chains. We'll see
I think the Blues have to feel good about that, just making a conversion and advancing those sticks.
Well, also the turnover on downs early in the quarter, the fact that he missed the convert, and now this one. So there are opportunities that this score could have been a lot higher than just 6-0.
Yeah, very true.
Howard. With a pass.
To Jordan Rao.
Short yardage.
Short gain.
Yep.
But as we're seeing, the Blues seem to be relying on that passing threat and that passing game more so than the running game.
2nd down and 8 for Upper Canada. 4:26 to go in the first quarter. St. Andrews leads 6-0. 3 receivers right. Power looking, throws.
Will be a
Late flag, but you and I both saw.
Yeah.
He was trying to undo his shoelace a little too early.
That's true. Well, the Blues will get a first down here off of this penalty. Should. Clear pass interference there, as you heard the reaction from the Blues bench. They caught it first, and the flag followed.
A little discussion taking place. Just an outstanding day for a football game.
And a good crowd here still on the hill, our fan spot as we see.
UCC fans on the far side of the field. Now, when you were in high school, it was back a couple of years, were you like one of those spectators over there with the shirts off and paint all over your chest?
No, that wasn't my style, and fortunately, I was actually on the field rather than spectating it at a day like today.
There you go.
With a very modest high school football career that ended in grade 13. So
We'll talk about that soon. It's first down,
I don't know
UCC.
if we need to.
Power back to pass. Looks, finds a receiver. Wide open.
That's a great catch by Patrick Stevenson. Seems to be some very good chemistry between Stevenson and Power. And the Blues advance the sticks in a big way after a very big gain.
Biggest play of the game for UCC.
Number 12 connecting with number 13. Love to capitalize here with a major.
Power hangs onto the ball, looking for a couple of blocks to the far side of the field. Looks like he's got about 6 or 7.
Yeah, fairly significant gain there. We talked about Aiden Power as being having a multi-threat, possessing lots of weapons with the foot, the arm, and the legs with his running.
Quite a difference from being hemmed into your end of the zone for a good chunk of his first quarter. A couple of big plays. Changes the momentum of a game early in the opening quarter as well. 2nd down, about 4 to go. Power 2 receivers to the right. And the ball goes incomplete.
This will be an interesting call here, David. They go for the field goal, or about just inside the 5-yard line, would you try for the major knowing that you've got St. Andrews pinned really deep, even if you don't get it?
And yet you've both turned the ball over on the 3rd down series already. Timeout called by St. Andrews with 2:34 to go in the first quarter.
And that'll give Coach JP Cavaluccio of the UCC Blues some time to talk it over with Aiden Power, just to see how they might handle this 3rd and 4.
And while we're taking a short timeout, something we talked about before the game started was what appears to be student athletes are now specializing in a sport. There was a time, particularly at the independent private schools, where you would compete in a fall sport, a winter sport, and a spring sport. And now it seems as if students are saying, no, I just want to play football, or I just want to play hockey, or whatever the sport may be. What are your comments about that?
I think I may be a little old school on this. I'd actually like to see kids playing more sports than those who specialize in one. I mean, there certainly are going to be your rare, exceptional athletes who might be going on to play at the collegiate level. But prior to that, I just really think it would be great to diversify your experience. And indeed, we've had it was a really good case for that I can talk about in just a moment after this really important play to substantiate my comments.
Third down, Upper Canada deciding to go for it rather than attempt for points off the field goal team. Let's see what the power calls. 3 receivers left, looks for one of them.
We don't have any TV replays here, I don't think.
It appeared as if he had possession of the ball.
He did bobble it. I don't know if it hit the turf, but regardless,
And he was wide open.
it will be a turnover on downs for the Blues here.
St. Andrews takes over on their 2-yard line. I guess you can't throw the flag out and ask for...
A challenge on that? No. No coach's challenge in high school football. Not yet anyways. Who knows? We'll maybe get there one day. I was just going to say, David, well, the Saints are going to take the ball here, so.
Schmidt standing in his end zone. Hands the ball off to Simmons. Goes over right tackle.
Yeah.
Has a gain of what looks like 6-7 yards.
Olivier Couture in on that tackle with a couple of other Blues.
Second down, St. Andrews. They're wearing their red visitors jerseys with the silver helmets, the white numbers. They are leading 6-0 as time ticks away in this opening quarter. Schmidt looks, passes, flag.
Actually 2 flags down, and again in the vicinity of what could be offside with some eager receivers on St. Andrews. We'll see what the call is.
Making the catch was number 88, Wells Carabin.
Indeed it is offside.
Coming back.
David, we had a boarder here a number of years ago who was a very good hockey player, and he was doing that just sort of one track, just playing hockey. And as it turns out, when he went on to university, he stopped playing hockey and fell in love with football. And as a football coach at the time, we always thought it'd be great if this particular lad could come out and play for us. So I do think the more exposure that student athletes can get to different sports in high school, I often think the better.
The voice of Scott Cowie. My name is David Grossman. It's second down, 8 to go. Schmidt in his end zone. Another flag. Tucks the ball underneath and runs. Does it appear as if we have some itchy officials today wanting to throw the orange flag, or is it just what happens in the first game of the season?
That, and I also think a type of offense where you're relying on a lot of receivers in motion and wanting to time crossing the line just right to get that jump on your defender. I think often we will see, and you're right, I think being early in the season may have something to do with it, with the offense maybe just not getting their timing as polished as it could or should be.
The ball on the 2-yard line of St. Andrews. They're hemmed in their own end. They have a second down, but 11 to go. A minute and 5 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Do they still have the quick kick?
I think they do.
Schmidt looking, trying to
pressure.
dodge. Incomplete. He had to get rid of the ball. You can see.
It's surprising to see the UCC Blues defenders managing to get through that O-line of St. Andrews that has, as we were talked about, some very big lads on it.
Sets up a third down, and one would think he'd probably want to take a knee here, give up the 2 points.
Yeah, I suspect that's what we'll see. In fact, if we...
This is precisely what he was trying to avoid on this last play.
Yeah.
The sack in the end zone.
I do think that's what we probably will see. Certainly there's no punter there. And that's what
Schmidt
happens.
takes the knee. So UCC gets on the board with a safety with 22 seconds left in the opening quarter.
More like a Jays score right now, David, 6-2.
I would think they'd have more points by now the way they've been playing.
That's true.
An interesting first quarter. Getting back to that discussion we were having regarding multiple sports, some of the parents I've been speaking with, they have this perception that their son is going to be the next superstar or is going to make it in a professional league where the coin, the salary is going to be very impressive. And they're trying to sway their sons to focus on one sport over another. I agree with you. I think this is high school. These are teenagers. They're developing. Give them the variety of exposure that is part of what it's like to be a high school student, and then branch away after that.
Now, and there certainly will be exceptions, I think, to any scenario or situation where you might have a student who's really been recognized as an elite athlete in whatever sport he has, and I can certainly see devoting the time and energy to develop specific skills in a situation like that. But really, I think those are, we'd all recognize, are more the exception than the rule. And I always think it's great to just expose yourself to more and then find your passion that way.
Now, what's happening? With 22 seconds to go, UCC has the ball on their 35.
So I guess they've opted to take the ball at their 35 rather than a kickoff.
Exactly.
To receive. And given what happened last time with the short kickoff, St. Andrews recovering, it might be the right call. Rashid Tucker.
Well, the expectation of the long pass in the last play of the first quarter changed with the handoff to Tucker, and I mean, you saw it right there, an exciting run.
And I kudos to the UCC Blues for setting that up with what we've seen as a passing game predominantly, and then just switching it up a little bit, maybe caught the St. Andrews team a little on their heels, expecting pass, and a great long gainer for Rashid Tucker.
Well, the coaching staff certainly have got a nice variety of plays. St. Andrews saying they're going to come in and run the ball until they're stopped. Upper Canada saying they're going to pass the ball until they stop. Both of them switching up and being successful. An entertaining first quarter. St. Andrews with the lead, 6-2. Upper Canada with the ball. Power goes back to the huddle. First down, deep in St. Andrews territory. Let's see what he's going to do. He's got three receivers to the left, one to the right. Tucker, his running back, behind him, checking over the defense of St. Andrews. Looking to pass. There's another flag. Dodging and throwing.
Usually, when we see a quarterback with all that much time and there's a flag, usually indicative of holding, but there was a second flag called or thrown at the end of that play.
Stevenson with the grab in the end zone, thinking he had a touchdown, but realizing there were two pieces of orange cloth, and it's come back. You're right.
David, we were talking about the strength of the CISA League, and I guess in addition to all the teams, currently the four sharing their own championships, if I'm not mistaken, two of the teams have won provincial championships.
That's correct.
St. Mike's multiple times and TCS as well.
Absolutely. It's not possible under the current structure of a provincial athletic association to have the independent private schools participate simply because their students can come from all over and they can't meet the guidelines that In other words, offset, well, we'll talk about it after. Power looks to the right, throws to the left.
Man open. No flag on the play.
If you can't do it down the middle, then you do it on the left side. In the first minute of the second quarter, Upper Canada with their first touchdown.
Utilizing, believe it was Justin Wong who got that touchdown. Just trying to confirm that. I may not have that right, but
Yeah, no, you're right. It was Wong.
Field goal!
Well, let's see if UCC can connect with the point after. Power's pretty good at that.
and of course he does have that threat of potentially going for a 2-point conversion. Certainly looks like he's lining up for the kick though.
And it's good.
And that puts the Blues ahead by 3.
Yes, 9-6.
Field goal for St. Andrews, obviously, to tie it. The Blues will want to get a few more on the board, I think, if possible.
Safety and a touchdown for UCC. Justin Wong with the TD on the pass from Power to open the second quarter. In the first quarter was Adre Simmons for St. Andrews, also with a touchdown on the pass from Ben Schmidt. So both teams have proven they could score on the pass. And knowing the way these two teams have played in past, Scott, we're going to see a little bit more scoring before this one's over.
Oh, I think so. I don't think anybody's heading for their cars and wanting to miss the rest of this game. It looks like a wonderful game.
If anything, they're sitting down enjoying the sun and the weather. Ideal conditions at Upper Canada College here in Toronto. It's the opener of the Conference of Independent Schools Athletic Association, CISA. 4-team league with Upper Canada, St. Andrews, Trinity, and St. Michael's, with the championship on November the 10th. We think it's far away, but
It'll be here in no
it'll
time.
be here in no time.
For sure.
Power with the kick, short one. He wasn't about to take any chances. Big boy.
An effective kick, given that the receiver just knelt down. Probably not intentionally.
I don't know, it's 6'3" and 240 pounds.
You might have taken a risk. Seeing how far you could go.
Well, now it's St. Andrews' turn. They've got the ball at their 35-yard line. Schmidt checking over the UCC defense. He's got receivers to the left and to the right. He's going to stick to the ground. No, he's passing.
That'll be enough for a gain for sure.
Bedell,
Andrew Bedell on the reception.
third catch of the day. I guess when you're 6'5", it's you call upon a guy like him when you need to get a catch.
Both teams clearly showing they've got the ability to move the sticks, make those first downs.
Handoff. Simmons.
Pierce Gould, with a big hit there from UCC, but Simmons actually took it and gained another yard after it.
Second and about 4. UCC's defense appears ready for Simmons. Schmidt tells his tight end Bedell to go left. Looks. There he is.
Lots of UCC jerseys there.
Goodell has enough yardage for a first down, but there is a flag.
And looks like it is against St. Andrews as the Blues captain is being called over to make the call. You know, David, in talking about Simmons and mentioning his name so much, I don't know if you remember DJ Bennett, another running back from St. Andrews.
There were two of them.
Yeah,
2 Bennetts.
yeah.
I remember writing about him in my days with a newspaper.
Right.
And interviewing them as well.
Yeah.
2 talented running backs.
Yeah. Just Simmons reminds me of DJ, who we coached against. Very, very good player.
2nd and 15. Schmidt going to the air. And he
Showing-
has Simmons. Is that enough for the first?
Depends on where they spot it.
Yeah.
And Simmons showing that he can catch as well as run. So
11:44 to go until halftime. Upper Canada with the lead, 9-6 over St. Andrews. But St. Andrews with a first down and a pitch out to Simmons. He's got to fight to get even a couple of yards. Sets up a second down with about 8 to go. Simmons in a preseason game had 4 touchdowns in a St. Andrews victory, and then against Huron Heights he had another 2. Still looking for his first one, and it is the league opener. Upper Canada all over him. Second down, Schmidt with 3 receivers to his left. Looks for his tight end, can't get him. Touched the ball and goes down.
he did lose the ball there, but I think he was down.
His knee was down.
Certainly
Sets
third
up a
down.
third down. I don't think they're going to be going for this one. Kicking team is coming out.
Well, the Blues have to be pleased with that stop. Certainly, St. Andrews was making some yardage and moving the ball down the field a little bit.
Coaching staff has done an excellent job on this very powerful St. Andrews offensive squad. Player for player, St. Andrews is bigger, but as head coach Len Gurr told me, UCC has got a lot of talent and some very good coaching.
Well, I think they would say the same.
Schmidt with the punt and the wind. Juggled, bounced, picked up. Going to the far side. Sweater grabbed and pulled down out of bounds.
Justin Wong doing a great job to make some yards out of what could have been a little tricky there when he first bobbled the ball. But just to continue what you were saying about Len Gurr, talking about the coaching staff here, I think the quality of the coaching on both these squads is really high, and despite that heated rivalry, certainly amongst the coaching staff, and I think even amongst the players, although they might not admit it, there's a respect for one another.
Absolutely. Once that game is over, there's a lot of shaking hands and where are we going and how you doing.
Yeah.
But on the field, during the game, forget about the friendship.
You got it.
First down, Upper Canada on their 23-yard line. Power checking over the St. Andrews defense. Calls for the ball, looks to the right. And he's got Wong.
Weaving and dodging, gain of about 6.
Up to the 29. Quick huddle. Wong going to the left, 2 receivers left, 2 right. 2nd and 4. And he was able to.
Will be called offside there, I
Offside.
think. I think Justin Wong, just crossed the line of scrimmage prior to the snap.
We were talking about the makeup of these teams with students from all over. Linger was saying at St. Andrews he has maybe 6 or 7 grade 12 students. Fairly young team, predominantly from York region, he says, but there are some international students. Here you look at the UCC lineup, a number of grade 12 students, but you also have kids from, you mentioned earlier, Japan, China, Italy, Vietnam, Ecuador, France. Obviously they're coming here not to play football, they're coming here because of the reputation of this school, which is the oldest boys' school in Canada, opening in 1829, and part of the oldest athletic association in this country. So the reputation of academics, the sound coaching, and the athletic programs, plus everything else, I'd want to come here too.
We're very fortunate. It's a great spot.
2nd and 8 from inside the 25. Power with receivers left and right, trying to dodge defenders.
Under pressure.
Looking. Incomplete, and there's a flag. He took a beating.
Yeah, that was a late hit. He is up, and St. Andrews has been penalized.
Now, I know we're talking high school football, but why would you tackle a quarterback out of bounds when you know there's going to be a turnover? So you just give them another opportunity. That's what St. Andrews did to set up the first quarter, the first touchdown for UCC.
Well, I think you started that observation, David, by saying it's high school football, and I think that's a big part of it. I think the discipline that we would see in maybe a more mature athlete in being able to restrain himself from wanting to get that hit in there. These guys are just really into the game.
1st and 10, Upper Canada on their 41, a high snap.
Yeah, and there you see, I mean, a high snap there, I think really probably the cause of that play not going the way they would want it to.
Tucker dropped, sets up what could be a passing. Power looking to the sidelines for signals. 8:24 to go until halftime. Power looks right, left, then down the middle. Oh.
Lots of time. It's Clayton Jeffrey, number 23, who's just an amazing track athlete. Clayton Jeffrey is.
And he was, let's see if my memory's right, was he not the individual who ran the ball back last year for 115 yards?
Your memory does serve you correct. Yes. Yeah.
There you
go.
I agree. He's pretty fast.
He's very fast. In fact, I think he holds a record in maybe a national or provincial record in the hurdle event.
3rd and 7, UCC kicking. Power into the wind. Ball wobbly. Grabbed and fumbled.
Looks like it went out of bounds before anybody could get on it.
Josh Carter had trouble with that ball.
St. Andrews ball.
7:37 until halftime. If you're just joining us, UCC in the lead, 9-6. Touchdown by Justin Wong on a pass from Power. And for St. Andrews, Adre Simmons on first quarter touchdown, also through the air from Schmidt. A missed convert attempt on the part of St. Andrews. Power had the convert for UCC, and there's also a safety. So it's first down, St. Andrews in the red and white. The opener of the CIS AA season from Upper Canada College in Midtown Toronto. Beautiful day and a nice crowd. Schmidt looked for his favorite receiver, and that flag was a little late.
Very late flag. I wonder what that could be. In the vicinity of contacting the passer there, maybe, the quarterback. But it actually looks like it's going against St. Andrews.
Against St. Andrews.
There may have been some contact, words exchanged. Who knows? David, with the score as it is right now, this was the score that the junior varsity game ended at.
Absolutely.
I suspect we're not going to see that same result stand here for the entirety of the game.
I can't recall in all my years of covering St. Andrews and Upper Canada football games any varsity game that has not been in double digits.
Right.
And there have been some dandies, some thrilling games. Second down and a long way to go. Looked like there was some pushing and shoving on the far end, but
Great catch by Will Merkel, really.
Merkel has enough. What I thought was it looked like half a football field, but they moved the chains.
Great concentration there, full stride, extended his arms and pulled it in. And the coverage was there too. It was a great play all around.
Lots of time for him to throw. Big offensive line for St. Andrews. Again, a flag. Looks like offside. Or maybe it was UCC that jumped early.
Wait to see what the call is.
Yeah, it's against UCC.
I was going to say that one will be declined and they'll take the bigger gain on the run.
Part of the discussion at halftime in the dressing rooms probably will be from the coaching staff to the players to cool it, guys. Still have half a game of football. We don't need penalties.
Penalties may have been the biggest impact, play the biggest impact here.
First down, St. Andrews on their own, on the UCC 44. Simmons carrying the ball down to the 41, short yards.
Modest gain there of 3.
You're right, he has some real good moves.
Neither team really taking a lot of time in the huddle. Very fast-paced game.
Simmons, as mentioned earlier, is a transfer student. He's from Halifax. And his uncle Wayne is a hockey player in the NHL. 2nd and 8. Schmidt looking. Tucks the ball in, going, slides, enough for the first down.
Good play there, showing some versatility and that great baseball slide to try to keep him safe after he's got the first down.
Saints with the ball, moving from right to left. They're on the UCC 32-yard line. They trail by a field goal. Schmidt with 3 red shirts behind him, and he's got a receiver on each side. Hands the ball off to Simmons right up the middle. Looks.
Great run.
He made that look easy.
Great run.
Simmons with the go-ahead touchdown for St. Andrews with 4:27 until halftime.
And I think often, although he did make it look easy, I bet you that was due to a lot of hard work on the O-line there. It seemed like a huge hole for him to run through. So Simmons getting the credit.
His second touchdown of the game, 1 in the air, 1 on the ground. If we had such a thing as high school fantasy football, I'd like him on my team.
I'd actually like a few players on either side, I think.
They're setting up for the 2-point conversion.
Slant on 7 slant.
Incomplete.
So still a field goal separates these two teams.
The other way around.
This time UCC in need of one in order to tie, or a major to go ahead.
We talked before about the values that students have in athletics. Sometimes it's used to alleviate pressures, stress, tension. Do you think that sport should be mandated in high schools? Is it something that every student should take as a high school teacher or former athlete student?
It's interesting you say that. Actually, as part of our boarding program, to make sure that all of our students are getting as much out of their experience as possible, we do have them play or participate in some co-curricular activity 2 out of 3 terms. So I don't know if I'd necessarily limit it to sport. I mean, there are a ton of different passions. We're very fortunate here to have so many different co-curricular opportunities through the program that we offer. Certainly, I think there should be some type of mandate to make sure that students are participating in some type of activity to make sure that they're not just heading home at 3:30 or wherever.
How many sports do they have here at UCC? If you're to take a guess at a number.
Not even 10. Not 10. Not 10.
Short kick. St. Andrews recovers for the second time.
The UCC Blues coaches saying that that didn't go 10 yards and was touched by St. Andrews prior to it reaching 10 yards.
However, the coaches in black and white on the field disagree.
Dave Brown, head coach of UCC, pleading his case. He's one of the officials.
St. Andrews, having just scored, have possession of the ball on the UCC 52.
And that appears to be St. Andrews' second onside attempt.
That's correct.
Both successful.
Right. Just under 4 minutes to go until halftime. St. Andrews looking to add to their lead. There's another flag. Schmidt looking for receiver, instead tucks the ball in and gets hit on the far sidelines.
I would suspect that's either going to be holding or an illegal block. Thought I saw somebody get a block in the back. Should be called back.
They must have something like 15, 20 sports that they offer here, a variety of them.
We do.
Throughout the entire academic season?
We do, and we're fortunate enough to have a number of different levels at our rep team as well, or sorry, in our sports. So lots of boys have the opportunity to play athletics of their choice and interest. We also have a house sports system as well, which is extremely competitive amongst our 10 houses, 2 boarding houses, and 8 day houses. And sometimes that's where you see the fiercest competitions take place.
First down, St. Andrews. The penalty was against St. Andrews. 20 yards to go. Pass to our side of the field. Being tackled and run out of bounds. Will Sermon. Not only do they offer sports, but you have to take a look at the exquisite facilities this school has. An artificial turf, Olympic-size indoor ice rink, the only high school baseball diamond in the country. I mean, why wouldn't you want to play here?
As I said, we are very fortunate just through.
2nd and 5.
And Simmons shut down there.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate just through the gifts of donors. And a lot of our old boys, of course. With a school that started in 1829, you certainly have a lot of opportunities to develop relationships and friendships. And again, thankfully, a lot of them are very generous.
3rd down, St. Andrews in a kicking situation. A very stubborn UCC defensive team. Simmons has his touchdowns, 2 of them, 1 in the air, 1 on the ground, but he's had to work darn hard for it. Schmidt setting up the kick. 4 blockers in front of him.
Clayton Jeffrey with the ball.
And he goes down on the 32-yard line.
So I suspect we'll be, with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, have an exciting end to this half. Teams separated by 3 points.
And we're hoping to have as our halftime guest the principal of Upper Canada College, who is going to be leaving after 10 years. He's moving on to is it Culver Military Academy
It is, yeah.
in the U.S.,
Yep.
Virginia?
Yep. Indiana.
Indiana. First down for Upper Canada. High snap. Power to Tucker. Getting 5, 10. Dodges a tackle. And he's up to the 46-yard line. Now, I would imagine the principal of the school has done a heck of a job over 10 years as the leader, not just from an academic standpoint, but keeping the place running, the tremendous fundraising campaigns. But he's also got 3 sons that contributed to this football team, too.
Definitely. Actually, 4 sons have gone through.
All played football?
All played football.
And that's one of them right now, the quarterback going down on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, not sure what happened with the Blues O-line there as 3 red jerseys just poured through. Aiden Power didn't have an opportunity, really.
Boucher, LaPointe, Martin joining guards Guerrera and Caleb. The 5 on the front line. Looking for the plays called from the sideline. Second down, 15 for Upper Canada. Power with 3 receivers left, 2 right. Again, a high snap. Looking, tucks the ball in, goes down again.
That's a very disciplined decision there from Aiden.
Absolutely, and he was frustrated, and he didn't dump the ball down either.
Yeah, and risk an injury. Yeah, sorry to clarify. Aiden currently is the 4th son who's gone through the program, with Patrick and Seamus and Liam all preceding him, his older brothers who have now graduated and are now at various schools in the U.S. Punt position here.
Third down. Power. It's the snap. Kicks the ball to the right.
Great kick.
And stepping out of bounds. That's a fabulous kick.
That's a great kick. And again, just shows you the talent possessed.
Josh Carter, number 1, grabbing the ball for St. Andrews. Let's see now. Patrick Power is at Notre Dame. Seamus Power went to Bowden.
Yep.
Liam Powers at Harvard. We're not talking about junior colleges here. And is there any news on where Eden's going?
Not that I've heard at this point. I mean, lots of time still to decide.
And Mrs. Power doesn't have any other guys hanging around to come here? No?
No, I don't think so. No.
First down, St. Andrews. Quick pass from Schmidt to the side. And he breaks away from his tackle along the side. Still going. And goes down on the UCC 40-yard line is Will Sermon. He figures he's going to get a touchdown. He had one, he thought, earlier. It was called back on a penalty.
It's a big gain. And actually lots of time here for St. Andrews in this offensive series. They're hoping to put more points on the board, obviously.
No huddle. Schmidt, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He's going to pass on this. He's looking. Now he's running. And there's a testament to the defensive secondary for UCC. They had 4 receivers glued.
Yeah, it actually allowed Josh Archibald to track quarterback down from behind on that play because of the coverage.
Water, Lucas.
Well, we'll ask Jim Power what it's been like as the man in charge at UCC at halftime. And we might even push him to see who his favorite high school football player was at UCC. See what he says about that.
I think that might be a very delicate conversation for him around the dinner table later on.
And especially if Mrs. Power is listening right now.
That's correct. And it's quite likely that all the boys are listening too at their respective colleges right now.
Second down, 4 to go for St. Andrews, trying to add to their 3-point lead with 42 seconds left until halftime. It's been an interesting first half with a lot of penalties, a lot of big plays, and shall we say some missed opportunities at both ends.
Yep, you're right. No, it's been a really good football game, as we would expect with these two teams. And I suspect we'll see an even better second half as they settle into their routines.
Second down. Instead of the pass, goes to the handoff. And there
Like Walter Carabin is the ball carrier there. They give him Simmons a rest or a break.
and Boucher made sure he wasn't going any further. So it sets up a third with 3. They're going for it. No need to kick. 30 seconds left until halftime. But they need 3 to keep the ball going. Likely time for maybe 1 or 2 plays, depending on when they get this one off. Schmidt keeps the ball, tucks it in, goes down at the 23. Clock stops with 14 and a half seconds. Do you try another play here, or do you go for the field goal?
I think they've got time for one more play and then call a timeout. I do believe that they might have one timeout left. It looks like a timeout maybe has been called. I don't know, maybe a player being sent off just due to injury.
Player substitution.
Yeah, there's a blood rule.
Ross Graham coming off. And coming in, Martin.
So time's back in.
Well, somebody thought there was a timeout. And there is a timeout. Well, I'm confused. Callum Murphy just did a 50-yard dash back and forth with Water.
They may not be able to get this play off.
This is the last play, barring a penalty. Schmidt looking deep into the end zone.
Good play.
Incomplete. Well, that raises the question I raised earlier, and that was why risk the chance of the clock going, at least attempt, maybe you get a point, maybe you get 3. Well,
Yeah.
That's why I'm up here and not down there. It's halftime of what has been a very entertaining first half. St. Andrews College with 2 touchdowns by Audrey Simmons, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air, leading Upper Canada 12-9 with Justin Wong getting Upper Canada's touchdown. They're going to regroup, take a little bit of a break, as we will hear Scott Cowie, along with me, David Grossman, will be back in a few minutes with our halftime guest, the principal of Upper Canada College for the past 11 years, Jim Power. I got to turn mine on or no?
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Take care. Thank you very much.
Close as you want. And
Thank you. Thank you. I'll sit down.
3, 2, 1. Halftime of the opener of the CISAA football season for 2015. St. Andrews with a 3-point lead over Upper Canada College. My name is David Grossman. We're absolutely delighted to have with us at halftime as our guest the principal of this fine educational institution, Jim Power. Jim, your thoughts about the first half, especially that quarterback?
Well, things could be a lot worse. I think St. Andrews completely outplayed us. It's been a little bit sloppy, but I guess that's typical for first games with a lot of penalties called. But you think about, we lost 2 onside kicks. We lost what could have been a touchdown in the end zone. Not bad to be down just by 3. I think the coaches must feel pretty fortunate right now that things aren't a lot worse.
I remember when I went to high school, my principal said to me, unless you play well, you don't pass. You don't have that kind of authority, do you?
I don't have that kind of clout. Power today in independent schools, as my colleague Scott Cowie can attest, is diffused. Power is all over the place.
Well, you've got Patrick Power now down at Notre Dame. You've got Seamus Power at Bowdoin. Liam Power at Harvard. Do we know where Aiden's going yet?
Aiden will go any place they'll take him. So if you've got a recommendation.
Well, now that we know we got 4 Power boys who've played Upper Canada College football, I want to ask the dad, did he ever play?
I played when I was very young, but I was very mediocre. So my kids, I'm not saying my kids are good, but they're a heck of a lot better than I ever was.
11 good years at Upper Canada College for you?
I've been here 18, but 11 of them were good, and I feel
principal.
really happy, yes.
I'm not focusing on the other ones, though, but the last 11 is the principal.
The last 11 has been a lot of fun. When I think about David, UCC, given its history and traditions, the people who work here, the people who send their kids here, and especially the kids, it's tough to mess a place like this up, try though we might.
Scott Cowie and I were talking about the quality of the students who are here from all over the planet. They benefit not just from the academic programs, but a variety of cultural activities you have, some tremendous athletic facilities as well. Now that you're moving on to assume similar responsibilities at Culver Military Academy, are there any other Powers that are going to continue playing football here?
I don't think so. I've got one guy who's still playing at university, but the other guys I think are happy to have said football's in the past tense.
Jim Power is our guest at halftime, the principal at Upper Canada College for the past 11 years. Been here for 18, sometimes feels a lot longer than that. Can we put you down to one segment of your tenure here, a particular highlight, something that really stands out from an athletic standpoint, whether it's football or hockey or a championship or even for that matter a play by one of your sons?
Well, there've been so many great games. I remember 2 football championships when I had sons in grade 12. It just was a great way to cap the year. But my favorite all-time day, I was thinking about this recently, we had, Scott, who was it we had from Paris that came to visit us? Do you remember? Jean Vanier. Oh, yes. Son of a former lieutenant governor who came and spoke to the boys one time. And he was just a fabulous, fabulous guy. But he's one of many, many people that have made UCC a special place.
And there have been some tough times as well.
There were. I made a colossally bad recommendation a few years ago. I thought that there would be very limited market for boarding, just because of the cost of the program and the demographics in Canada. But thankfully that our old boy stepped up and said, not only is boarding important in the past, it's important to our future, that it wasn't just a strategy item in our business model, but it was a part of the identity of the school. So I'm lucky that they persuaded the Board of Governors to say, let's invest in this program because it's terrific. We have 88 boys here. Half of them are Canadian, half of them are from around the globe. They enrich the experience for everybody.
Jim Power, you've got a booster club. You've got a lot of old boys here today. You've got a tremendous support staff you've got your board, you've got your academic staff. A difficult time in Canadian economy, and yet you come through with an impressive fundraising campaign. How does something like that work?
You know, we're really lucky. The reason the campaign succeeded beyond our hopes and dreams was we are so fortunate. We're really blessed to have such supportive parents and old boys and friends of the school. People who don't have children here at the school, people who don't have sons, have stepped up and really stretched because I think they believe so much in the notion of UCC being sort of a multicultural meritocracy, and that we want to have as few economic barriers as possible, and that the financial assistance program helps everybody, not just the kids from less advantaged backgrounds, but it's good for the kids from Forest Hill to go to schools with kids who really have a great deal of fire in their belly and who really appreciate the experience.
Just before we let you go, you've got parents listening in, wondering how their kids are doing. We don't have time for a breakdown of every one of them, but you also have others who are listening about an opportunity to maybe send their boys to Upper Canada College in the years to come. What would you tell them in a short, I guess, commercial?
Sure, if I had to do one commercial for UCC, it's a lot of things. It's a school with the big arts, athletics, service, and IB program. But I'd say more than anything else, it's a boys' school. And I think the real strength of the institution is that the people who work here really know and deeply understand what makes boys tick. They sort of understand the challenges boys face sometimes, and they can sort of love them through the next step.
Well, will you thank Mrs. Power for giving UCC fans 4 great football players and 4 great students as well. And I'd like to get a picture of you when you're down at Virginia or Indiana at the military academy with you wearing the UCC hat. That's going to go over very well.
That would be fun. I have to put in a plug. My wife was the athlete of the year in her large public high school. So whatever talent my kids do have, I know which side of the family it comes from.
Jim Power, thanks very much, and congratulations and all the best to you.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, guys. Of the second half, back for the second half of today's game between Upper Canada and St. Andrews College, live from the Oval facility of Upper Canada College here in Toronto. My name is David Grossman. Scott Cowie with me. St. Andrews kicking off with the lead. In this third quarter, they're up 12-9.
Gab Boucher with the catch there off the kickoff.
interesting discussion with the principal at halftime, Jim Power. Wanted to politically emphasize that his wife was the athlete and had a lot to do with the success of 4 male student athletes here at Upper Canada. I think I got that message.
Very good athletes. Most of them, in fact, all of them playing at least 2 varsity sports. They're big basketball players as well.
Well, this game can go either way. And judging from the way these 2 clubs have met over the years,
with only 3 points separating them.
Power goes to the air on the 2nd down and 10, was incomplete, intended for Wong. And there's a surprise, no flag.
Right. First half was a flag-laden half, really for both sides. And both coaches hoping they could minimize the orange cloth.
Maybe one day we'll figure out a way of getting a microphone in the dressing room just to hear what they had to say at halftime. Wong makes good on this one. Dodges a tackle, dodges 2 more. He's down to the 15 and knocked out of bounds.
Great play by Justin Wong, who really, David, should have been stopped in front of us, but a few dance moves and picked up about 25 extra yards.
Charlie Illick thought he had him lined up for the tackle, number 4 for St. Andrews. He just danced right around him.
And I think really, people would say that that's one of Justin's strengths as a running back, is his ability to just deke and dive and definitely pick up some extra yards there. He's not the biggest guy, but one of the more elusive ones.
First down for Upper Canada on St. Andrews' 15-yard line. Power, back to pass, looking for the end zone. And he's got him. Patrick Stevenson with the touchdown.
And it was Stevenson and Power who were connecting really well at the start of the first half on some of their opening drives. And it's great to see them connect here on their opening drive of the second half for a major.
What I found interesting is before the officials signaled the touchdown, the principal, UCC, Jim Power, standing in front of us, had both his hands up saying that was a touchdown. Now, I don't know if he was cheering for the team or his son or for all of them. Either way you look at it, Upper Canada now has the lead in this seesaw battle.
Well, despite being principal, he doesn't have authority over the game. And we see Aiden Power setting up for the convert here. Clayton Jeffrey holding.
Calling for the snap. Ball is down. Power's kick is up.
Good.
Signal good. And now it's a 4-point lead. 3 of the 4 touchdowns in the game coming on the pass. For UCC, Stevenson and Wong.
And we often see, David, in football games that 1 point can make a big difference, and that missed convert by the St. Andrews Saints on their first scoring play could be a factor, especially given that these 2 teams have historically played some really tight games.
Not even 2 minutes gone in this start of the second half, third quarter. Crowd thinning out just a little bit.
Yep. Just a beautiful day, though, as you've talked about.
A-Day, or Association Day, here at Upper Canada, with a variety of family and community activities and events, and a series of soccer, volleyball, and football games amongst these 2 schools. Short kick. Illich bobbles the ball, goes down one knee. St. Andrews takes over possession. Their first series of the second half on their own 39-yard line. Scott?
And that's the second time that we've seen that happen with the St. Andrews Saints taking a short kick and maybe bobbling and going down right on one knee. I'm not sure if that is a coached tactic, but it's not a bad one to make sure that you do get called right then and there, because as we know, it's a live ball.
Well,
So
he's their field goal kicker, so you don't want to get him hurt.
Yeah. The Saints wanting to respond. obviously, to the opening drive of Upper Canada, resulting in a touchdown.
Schmidt checks over the UCC defense. Hands off to number 21. Goes over left tackle.
Walter Carabin.
Carabin. 6'2", 210. Nice numbers. I think we'll add him to my fantasy team as well. It's a second down and 5. Sorry, Scott.
I was just going to say, it's the second time we've seen the ball go to him in recent history, and he's picked up some good gains.
Schmidt with a high snap, looks right, has a wide open receiver, and Wilmer Kell, who is from Aurora, gets enough for the first down.
Tackle there by Connor Charton. Good tackle, good coverage, but enough for a first down.
St. Andrews starting the second half, moving from left to right in the red jerseys, white numbers, silver helmets. Schmidt looking over the plays on his left hand. Checks over the UCC defense. Upper Canada in the white jerseys and the navy blue helmets and numbers.
Pitch to
The
Simmons.
handoff. Yep. Boy, he cuts that corner pretty quickly.
He does. And it looks like he's close to a first down. And on the spot. No, it looks like it's just short. Second and just over a yard, it looks like.
There's an injured ball player. I don't know if he just needs a drink or if he's a little dizzy. Whatever it is.
We'll bring a stoppage in play.
Connor Charton.
Looks like an issue with his knee.
It's all right, coach. I'll be fine.
Could even be an equipment issue, perhaps.
Grade 11, and he just so happens to be the smallest player on the UCC team at 5'10", but 130 pounds.
But he was in on the last tackle. It was certainly tough for his size.
Second and about a yard, maybe a little more. Schmidt over the ball. He's got two backs.
Run! There you go, Ollie! There you go, Ollie!
Gave it to Simmons for the first down. Wind starting to pick up in this third quarter.
Very good tackle there, despite the first down gain by Olivier Couture.
St. Andrews putting together a series of marches. Schmidt again going to the air. One thing that seems to be happening is when those balls are caught by St. Andrews, they don't have much territory to run. The defenders, the defensive backs have been right on them.
Yep. Closing quickly, that was Olivier Couture again on the tackle. Second tackle in the row. And you're right, they do seem to close fairly quickly. We talked about St. Andrews really with a mixed offensive plays, running and passing.
Second down, 5 for St. Andrews. The handoff, Simmons.
Gabriel Boucher.
He's had a heck of a game, Boucher.
Making a great play there.
They have to go, or they are going. Third down, no surprise.
Given what we've seen, you're right. It's a very big play here. The Blues would love to have a stop, obviously. The Saints would love to keep this drive alive.
Third and about a yard with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Upper Canada leading 16-12 over St. Andrews. Fake to Simmons. Schmidt looking, throwing. He's got his receiver. And he's knocked out of bounds, but good enough to move the chains. Bedell.
So a number of offensive threats there for the quarterback to use. Bedell, one of 3 receivers we've seen with some gains today for the Saints.
Schmidt, by the way, is from London, Ontario. And Bedell is from Calgary. And I would imagine you're going to see these two playing university ball. The handoff to Simmons, dances around a block, and he's in for his 3rd touchdown of the game with 8:09 to go.
The Saints must be happy with that response to the opening score on the opening drive of the second half from the Blues. The Saints score on their own opening drive. First time they've got the ball this half. And David, it looks like we're up for another exciting half of football.
Come on, defense, let's go. Big stand here, D, let's go.
That's the 5th lead change of this ball game.
D, what? Defense. D, what? Defense. D, what? Defense. D,
You hear the chant of the UCC Blues bench in the background.
Setting up for the 2-point convert. Schmidt, his pass blocked at the line, incomplete.
So again, those converts could be very important as the Blues are just 2 points behind. A field goal puts them ahead. And you always want to try to put as many points on the board as you can, obviously.
2 of the St. Andrews touchdowns not converted. Attempts made to go for the 2-point rather than try for the single point. Now, it raises the question whether the kicker is hurt, whether they are just not sure about his ability, or whether they feel confident they can go for 2. But it's backfired on 2 of 3 occasions. And now those are the 2 points, Scott, you were mentioning. They trail by 2, or they're up by 2. The kickoff goes over the head of Boucher and falling on it quickly.
Is Justin Wong.
Justin
Smart
Wong.
play by Justin. The Blues are wanting to make sure that they don't give up the ball on a kickoff like they have done the past 2 times where St. Andrews has kicked off. So despite not getting any return there, I'm certain they'll be happy that they're retaining the ball.
Upper Canada has first down around the 25-yard line. I want to say hello to all the Upper Canada old boys who are listening in, wherever you may be. First down. Power drops the ball, picks it up, gives it to Tucker. Tucker does a little dancing and goes forward with the football, which is really all you want.
I think the Blues need to be really happy with the end result of that play, with Tucker making a gain out of what initially looked like a pretty tricky ball for Aiden Power to handle. Indeed, they've got a first down off of that with the low snap.
Rashid Tucker, 5'9", 170, right out here in Toronto, born in this city. First down. Oh! I hope he's all right. His head seemed to go one way and the back went the other way.
Great attempt at catching the ball.
Is that Clayton Jeffrey?
That's Clayton Jeffrey.
Number 23.
Let's hope he's okay. Trainer's out there with him now.
He's down on the 41-yard line. Just a tremendous attempt at grabbing hold of that ball.
And it does look like they're just working on his back a little bit.
Sets up a second down and 10 to go. He went down about 10 yards, then curved in, bobbled the ball, Grabbed, pulled at one end, and pulled at the other end. And
He is hunched over on his knees.
well, that's a
and
good sign. He's
now upright.
number 23 of Upper Canada, the injured ball player, Clayton Jeffrey, out of Whitby, Ontario, wide receiver. Outstanding play last year, returning the ball 115 yards for a touchdown. Power taking a few moments to come over, get some instructions from the coaching staff. And you'll probably hear a little bit of applause.
I certainly know Clayton's, if he can continue to play at some point, I think he has to sit out at least to play for
Yeah,
being injured. But if he can and he's able, I know that he'll get back in there. He's a very tough kid.
he's walking off the field. Looks to be all right. Dropped the water bottle, bent over, and picked it up pretty quickly. So I think he's all right.
Might be a good sign. Yeah.
Second and 10, Upper Canada. On their 33-yard line with 6:36 to go in the third quarter, and they trail by 2. St. Andrews 18-16, and a lead that's changed 5 times in this game. Tucker gets the ball, dodges a tackle. Ball into his left arm, and he's
A great gain there. Rashid Tucker with the ball. The
pushed
result
out of bounds, I think. Sorry, Scott, on the 35-yard line.
Result of a screen play. Aiden Power rolling out to his right, throwing back to his left with the screen, and a great gain for the Blues. Timeout called.
Clayton Jeffrey in front of us. Looks like he's all right. He's going back into the huddle.
It's always good
It
to
was
see.
a scary sight before. Power getting instructions. It's first down, Upper Canada on the St. Andrews 35-yard line. They have the wind to their back, but the sun in front of them. Nice crowd here at Upper Canada College for the opener of the CIS AA 2015 season. St. Andrews the opponents. And next Saturday, October 3rd, Upper Canada goes to Port Hope to play Trinity. Power, 5 yards behind the center. 3 receivers go right. He looks right and he throws. Just slips through the hands. St. Andrews thinks it's an interception, but it was ruled an incompleted pass through the hands of Jeffrey.
Pass was very high, and Jeffrey had to make a big stretch for it. Took a little bit of a lick, but again, showing that toughness. Second and 10.
UCC with 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back. Power checking the defense. Wants the ball, he's got it. Looks for a receiver. Steps up to the line, tucks the ball and runs to the sidelines. Has enough to move the chains and the first down. I guess if your receivers are covered, you have an opportunity to gain the yardage, go for it.
Great to have that ability as a QB. Pick up a first down when needed. Blues will be really happy with that result. Keep this drive going, and hopefully put up a score in response to the St. Andrews score that just occurred.
First down on the 23 of St. Andrews. Power, again, only this time he goes down for a loss. He tried to look for some blocking from his line, but that just disappeared, and he had no choice but to hit the ground.
It actually looked like that was intended for him to be a keeper, and maybe to run the ball. But the St. Andrews defensive line doing a great job of just filtering through the Blues.
Power looking to the sidelines for the play call. Tucker behind him, 3 receivers left, 2 right. He's at a second down and 12 or 13. Goes back to pass. And it sails, that's an interesting call, sailed over Hunter Okubasu, and there was a flag, which seems to signal pass interference.
Yeah, I think Jerry Tuzzi, the St. Andrews DB, may have just given him a little bump. And it looks like that's what the ref called and saw.
Well, we're 3 months away from Christmas, and maybe there was an early gift for him.
Well, there was definitely contact there. I'm not certain it was the type of contact that would warrant a call like that. Obviously, the officials disagree with us.
Upper Canada says thank you, we'll take it. First down. In the red zone, Power fakes the handoff, looks to the end zone, throws. Again, through the arms of Okubasu, and he was open.
Hunter would definitely want that ball back.
You heard the reaction from the UCC bench, which is right in front of us.
Everybody anticipating that was 6 points. But it happens to the best of them.
Here we go. Second down. Power. Receivers cross. He's looking. And he goes down with a loss on his 25-yard line.
Walter Carabin with the tackle there. St. Andrews clearly blitzing.
Scott, this isn't what UCC was hoping for. They were moving the ball nicely.
They picked up that penalty as well in their favor.
Sets up third down.
And they are going to attempt a field goal here. I don't know if time's been called in yet.
There it is.
There we go.
Justin Wong will hold. Power will attempt to give UCC a 1-point lead as he kicks from his 30-yard line.
Definitely not a chip shot.
Ball is down, ball is up, and it's wide. Short. St. Andrews says, you know what, we'll give you the point. So that moves it 1 point closer. St. Andrews 18, Upper Canada 17, 2:26 to go in the third quarter. Back and forth. It's been an exciting game. Scott Cowie along with David Grossman, if you're just joining us. It's the opener for the CIS AA 2015 varsity football season. And we're at the Oval of Upper Canada College in Toronto. It's a beautiful day for a football game.
And with 1 point separating these two teams, David, one has to think we could be up for a very exciting finish as we move slowly closer to the fourth quarter.
3 touchdowns in this game by Adre Simmons of St. Andrews. And they have the ball. First down on their 35. They run it up to the 37. Upper Canada has responded with touchdowns in the air by Stevenson and Wong.
Looks like Matty Lapointe was one of the players in on that tackle, as well as Josh Archibald for the Blues. What we haven't seen so far in this game, David, is a turnover, either an interception or a fumble.
Well, we saw the turnovers on downs, but
Yes.
You're absolutely right. No fumbles or interceptions that could obviously play a big role in a game like this, especially when the teams are 1 point separating. 3 receivers right. Schmidt for St. Andrews looks, keeps the ball, and he's going down. Now,
actually
he's leaning
surprised at that
forward. I
play.
wonder if has he got enough for the first down?
No, he's short. He'll be about a yard short.
You were saying you were surprised?
I was surprised that they actually threw the ball in that situation. They had,
With Simmons.
2nd and 3. I was expecting a handoff to Simmons.
Well, here's another surprise. They're kicking into the wind on a 3rd down with a yard to go.
I do wonder if there's any type of fake that St. Andrews is in their back pocket, whether there's a direct snap option off this fake. Something the Blues would need to watch out for sure.
3rd and 1, standing on his 30-yard line, is Schmidt, the quarterback and the kicker, waiting for the snap.
They may try to draw them offside as well. Nope, it's actually going to be kicked.
And it's going to Clayton. The sun in his eyes, takes the ball, dodges one, and it hits a wall of red shirts. And there's the flag.
Not sure if that's a late hit. If so, I'm certain the Blues will love the extra yards that'll tack on.
Now, one thing we haven't seen in a high school game, at least in this game, and it's a subject that's being discussed not only by parents but through the community and, for that matter, in the professional leagues, is the word concussion. You look at these helmets; they're $200-300 a helmet, but there's also the concern of what is called traumatic brain injuries. Is that something that is discussed by players, by the staff here, before a student actually gets out onto a field? We'll talk about that after the next play. 1st down, Upper Canada. Power that goes to the air, down the middle,
Patrick Stevenson, one of his favorite receivers.
13 yards, moves the chains. They're now in St. Andrews territory. The whole subject of concussions, parents are a little concerned right now, and particularly with these numbers coming out about NFL players found to have brain diseases, at least the ones who are deceased.
Offside there on number 22, Niels Pinkert, St. Andrews. Yeah, you're right, David. It's a very serious concern, and like pretty much every high school athlete now, all of our athletes here at UCC, they undergo some baseline concussion testing prior to participating in any of the sports, and I think many schools, like us as well, will have very strict guidelines and very strict procedures and policies around boys with concussions participating in any type of sport once they've suffered one.
1st down, Power goes to the air. Oh, there it is. First interception of the game. And it's picked off. Intended for Stevenson. Thwarts an opportunity for UCC to move the ball down. Nick Grossi, the linebacker out of Bolton, Ontario, grabs the ball and moves 15 yards before, on the last play of the 3rd quarter. Let's just recap the score. Heading into the last 15 minutes of this season opener, it's St. Andrews 18 with 3 touchdowns from Adre Simmons. 1 in the air, 2 on the ground. And Upper Canada, the 2-time defending league champs, just 1 point behind. I don't know how else you can describe it, as being a very exciting game where whoever's going to have the ball last has the possibility of winning this game.
That could be the way, and of course I was just saying that we hadn't seen any turnovers, interceptions, or fumbles, and there's the first one of the game, and that's always a tough one, a tip pass out of the hands of a receiver.
St. Andrews on their 41. Hand off to Simmons. Boucher again.
Wrapped up by Matty Lapointe, and Boucher coming in to finish the job. Keep him to a 1-yard gain, which is quite a
Boucher,
feat.
he's had a heck of a game.
Been in on many tackles, initiated some of his own, and I bet you he'd like to return the favor and pick a pass off here.
This is his graduating year. He wants the university to take a good look at him out of Montreal. 2nd down, 9 to go. Schmidt looks right, throws, and right through the hands of the intended receiver. I don't know, you can't blame it on the sun.
No, I think Will Sermon may have just lost sight of that ball, lost track of it somehow, tried to run before he caught it. But certainly the Blues like that result. The interception not yielding any St. Andrews points.
Scott, it's any contact sport that has parents wondering, my son, my daughter, I don't want them to get hit. Go out, have some fun, enjoy the game, but don't get hit to the head. And in a game like football, that's impossible.
It is, David, and we can talk about this after this punt.
Third down, Schmidt's punt coming to us. Clayton Jeffrey dodges one, dodges two, still on his feet. Finally goes down on the 45-yard line of Upper Canada. Gives the Blues a chance. Pretty good field territory with a first down, and they're trailing by one.
Yeah, and I think, certainly there are the major contact sports, football, rugby, and the like, where you would see that. But even just the incidental contact that can occur in what are traditionally non-contact sports, soccer and basketball, things like that, we're seeing some head injuries in sports where typically we wouldn't have before. And I'm not. It's difficult to understand why there seems to be a greater increase. Maybe there's just more awareness, and we're picking up on it.
First down, UCC. Oh, snapped right over Power's head, 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he very wisely falls on the ball on the UCC 20-yard line. My math is right, that's a loss of 25.
Yeah, I think UCC Center and Aiden Power there will need to sort that snap out.
They've had trouble throughout the entire game.
Yes, definitely some inconsistencies.
Injury to number 65 for St. Andrews. Gregory McKellar, 6'5", biggest guy on the field, 305 pounds from Halifax. He's walking off or jogging.
Blues may think about running in that hole now.
The sun is going down and is could be a factor for UCC receivers. It's in the eyes of St. Andrews on this final quarter. Second down and let's say a lot of yards.
Better snap that time.
Powers looking. He keeps
Aiden
the ball.
forced to take off.
Decides to stay. He had an opportunity to go out of bounds, but he wanted to pick up an extra 7 yards.
And despite gaining what might have been about an 18-yard advantage there, still well short of the first down, and the Blues will be forced to kick into the wind. The Blues have been known to exercise the fake punt option. I'm not certain with down by a point, this field position, if it would be the time to do it.
You've got Power as the quarterback and the kicker for UCC, and he lets this one go, which is a nice kick.
Right into the hands of Simmons. Nope.
Simmons.
It's Josh Carter, it looks like, I think. Number one.
Interesting that both teams' quarterbacks are also the punters in this game.
There's a flag down. It doesn't look, it may have just been dropped accidentally. It looks like it was. Or the officials are.
They're talking about it.
Talking.
And the discussion is probably, did anybody drop a flag? And if so, why? While we're waiting for this call, Upper Canada goes to Port Hope to play Trinity on October 3rd. That's next Saturday. And then they go back to St. Andrews on October the 7th. 2 big games in a period of 4 days. They host Trinity and then St. Mike's, and the game being played down at Varsity Center, a Friday night game. The Friday Night Lights game into the season on Halloween, right here with St. Michael's coming in. A very short 6-game season.
Defense!
we should talk about that Battle of the Blues game.
That's when the Blues win, is that right?
Yeah, your money's on the Blues that game for sure. But that's a special event for us, being hosted at Varsity Stadium. UCC Kerry Blues, the UCC Blues versus the St. Mike's Kerry Blues, two very established programs, successful programs. Great
Community rivals too, just down the street from each other.
Great opportunity to have a game at the UFT Varsity Stadium.
We have a timeout on the field. Did we not talk about this? I think last year was UCC thinking about getting lights, and there was a concern from the community that having lights would not be the best move, and therefore portable would be the way to go.
Well, I think it would be. I don't think we've ever officially explored the opportunity because of the anticipated, and understandably so, reaction from the community. We are nestled in a what is very community base or feel in North Toronto, and I think that might be a tough sell for those residences really close to us.
Michelle Wilson, the timer, just getting away from the bench to have a little chat with the line judge, Byron Griffith, in this timeout. 10 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Should remind you that the CISAA plays 15-minute quarters. Other high school leagues play the 12-minute quarters, which could have a difference, especially in a one-point game.
Definitely.
St. Andrews leading 18-17 over the two-time defending league champs from Upper Canada. Upper Canada went undefeated last year as well. First down, St. Andrews. Schmidt goes to the air.
It's a great tackle by Olivia Couture there.
Regardless of the score of this game and the outcome, the defensive coaching staff for UCC deserve a huge amount of credit. Despite him scoring 3 touchdowns, he could have really blown this game open. We're talking about Andre Simmons, who is number 24, in red.
Yeah, a good example of it there with the Blues clamping down, closing tight in on that tackle.
Second down, Schmidt looking into the sun. Gang tackle. 4 players took him down, and there's a flag.
The Blues will be very disappointed if that flag's on them. Wait to see what it is.
And it is.
It is. It's a major foul. Could have been a face mask. I'm not certain what happened.
It looks as if they're St. Andrews coaching staff are concerned their quarterback had a little bit of too much attention. You're right. Major penalty gives St. Andrews a huge advantage, marches the ball down to the UCC 34-yard line. What the Blues do not want to do is give up any points.
Very costly penalty there.
With just under 10 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. First down, St. Andrews. Schmidt gets the ball, hands off. Simmons bounces over his left tackle. Gain of about 4 yards.
And Maddie Lapointe also making a number of tackles in this game. But very costly penalty there for the Blues. What would have been no doubt a kicking situation. Would have got the ball back, albeit deep in their own zone. It's given St. Andrews the opportunity with a 2nd and 6 now to advance the ball further.
Blues have 4 men up on the line. Schmidt looks to the air.
Tip ball.
Ryder Uska thought he had the ball, but it tipped off his hands right into the hands of the St. Andrews receiver, Bedell.
suspect we'll certainly see the Saints go for it on third down here with about a foot to go.
Yeah, third and less than 3 players lined up behind him. Simmons runs. He's got enough for the first down, but there is a flag on the far side of the field.
Blues certainly hoping that that's an offside or a holding call. It's offside on the Blues. The penalty will be declined.
In addition to Simmons being a very talented running back, do you think a lot of his success is running behind a fellow who is 6'5", 305?
Certainly can't hurt, David.
This is high school football we're talking about. We have an injured player down on the field.
Yeah, UCC Blues player.
Can't make out his number. Just inside the 10-yard line, where St. Andrews will have possession with a first down. 3 attempts at getting into the end zone.
Sitting up, that's good. Good sign. The Blues would obviously love to hold the Saints to no points. Stay within that 1-point range.
Coaching debut in the CISAA for Dave Brown, who's from Kingston. Coached in the Ontario Varsity Football League, played the game Frontenac and at Queens before he suffered an injury. Some applause.
For Olivier Couture, they certainly hope that Olivier's back on the field very soon. Has made some key plays for the Blues. And one of the players who's trying to rein in as much as he can the threat that is Andre Simmons. The Saints.
It's a first down for St. Andrews.
Great tackle there by Pierce Gould.
And surprise, it wasn't Simmons.
Walter Carabin with the ball that time, mixing things up a little bit.
Second down, UCC defense digging in. And it's Simmons who's in for his 4th touchdown of the game. 7:28 to go in the 4th quarter.
He certainly is a force and a great asset to the Saints offense. You see him just jogging off here. He'll take a well-deserved rest, breather.
3rd touchdown on the ground, 2nd in this half. Gives St. Andrews a 7-point lead now. And here is their kicker, Charlie Ellick. And it's good. So that answers a couple of questions. Ellick is not injured. He can kick converts. They were just trying to go for the 2-point ones. So they're up by 8. Converted touchdown plus a point. St. Andrews leading. 7:28 to go. Upper Canada will get the ball back, have a chance to march down, score, hopefully go for a 2-point convert, tie the game.
I was going to say, I think the Blues, despite being behind, still got to be very optimistic. They are within reach. As you said, score a major and 2-point conversion, the game's tied.
And this touchdown by St. Andrews was set up by the interception.
That's right.
Well, they're setting up for the kickoff. Crowd is not as noisy as it was at the start of the game and at halftime.
Has thinned out a little bit.
It has been an entertaining game. Short kick.
think that's Boucher with the ball. Gabriel Boucher. Again, seen a lot of action on the kickoff.
Takes it out of bounds. Good field. UCC offense moving in. They're not hemmed in, Scott. They've got some land in front of them and behind them.
Yeah, I think they've got to be pleased with the ball on their 50-yard line, midfield.
At the start of the game, we were talking about how these teams play thinking it's a championship. This is the season opener, and it feels like a championship game.
Definitely. Lots of desire to will and will to win there.
Power goes back to pass on first down. He has Tucker right down the middle. Tucker dodges a tackle, a second tackle, now a third, and draws a flag.
I believe that may have been number 21, Walter Carabin on the tackle.
We have another injured UCC player. That was a nice bit of dancing with the ball. 3 missed tackles.
And I will not be surprised if we see the ball advance another 15 yards here, David, due to a personal foul.
You're right. There's the signal.
Rashid Tucker with another great run. And now we see St. Andrews with what could be a very costly penalty.
Greg Aletto signals the penalty against St. Andrews. This is the third UCC player that's gone down requiring attention. We can't make out his number as yet, but he's leaning up.
Which is good. I believe it looks like Luke Martin.
Grade 11 linebacker.
Yes,
It is. He's walking off.
Martin.
Actually,
Jogging off. which is
Jogging
great to
off.
see.
so UCC has first down. They're knocking on the doors of St. Andrews. The ball on the 18-yard line of St. Andrews. First down for the Blues. Their fans following on the far side. Power asks for the football. High snap again. Looks back, throws.
Looks like
Jeffrey. Injured earlier in the game. You hear the reaction.
Looks like Clayton Jeffrey has brought the Blues to within 2.
UCC's bench, who you heard told you the score.
Again, David, didn't we anticipate what would be a very tight game coming down to the final quarter?
Third touchdown pass of the game
And
for Aiden Power.
sure enough, the Blues are lining up for that important 2-point conversion to tie the game.
Two receivers right. Power goes back, looks. Can't find anybody. There's a flag. He does throw.
That could be a holding call.
Let's see what the official call is. Looks like it's coming back.
I say
It
that,
is,
David,
yep.
because often when the quarterback does run out of the pocket, that's maybe not an anticipated run. Just with the change of direction on the defensive player, the O-lineman will grab a bit of the jersey.
Greg Alato signals the penalty against Upper Canada.
So the Blues will have another shot at it.
He's
but
wearing the white hat today. His team have a fair number of penalties they've called as well. But you're right, Scott. Let's see what happens now. 6:15 to go. Power gets the snap. Again looks. Fires to the end zone. incomplete.
Two-point ball game.
St. Andrews still hangs on to the lead, but instead of by 8 points, it's only by 2. The Saints 25, Upper Canada and Blues 23. 6:15 to go. Don't go anywhere. We have ourselves an exciting finish.
Poised for another great game. Lots of time left with 6:15.
A couple of turnovers on downs early in the first half. 1 interception, no fumbles. Some exciting big plays. 3 touchdown passes by Power. 4 touchdowns for St. Andrews by Audrey Simmons. We've had a little bit of everything.
We have. And this will be an important defensive series for the Blues. Try to stop Andre Simmons and the rest of the St. Andrews Saints.
Athletic Director Brent McKay having a few words with one of his linemen, Guerrera. I don't think it had anything to do with where he's going for dinner tonight. It's probably something to do with the last play. But we'll see. UCC lining up for the kickoff.
Get the ball back, boys!
And there it goes to the far side of the field. It's going to bounce out of bounds. So look, do it all over, or are they going to take it?
It does look like the Saints are going to take the ball. As we see their O-lineman coming up.
If you're just tuning in, this has been an exciting CIS AA opener in which the lead has changed 5 times. 2 solid football teams. And we're still not over. 6:15 to go, 25-23, St. Andrews leading Upper Canada. They have possession of the ball.
Keep drinking water, kid.
There we go.
Looks as if what St. Andrews is going to do now is try to stick to the ground, use up the clock as much as possible.
Joss Archibald in on that tackle, along with Maddie Lapointe. Some names we've heard a lot from today.
Make a play now, let's go, make a play up front.
Second down, about 6 to go.
Go, go,
Clock ticking. Again on the ground.
Get up on him, get up, strip it out.
Simmons bumped into his own lineman and then was tackled out of bounds and hit a couple of tables. Looks as if the tables suffered more damage. Simmons got back up on his feet.
Wow.
Just picking up
Good
in
for
the
him.
crowd, former coach Dave Shaw.
Yep, I see him.
So it's a first down for St. Andrews, with Simmons giving them the necessary yardage. They're now inside UCC territory on the 52, and Schmidt is going to the air. Very dangerous pass, almost got picked off, Scott.
Yeah. It is surprising that they go to the air on that one, but I guess coaching team is thinking 2 points isn't enough with lots of time left.
And yet on the other side, an interception gives the Blues the extra motivation they need with 5 minutes to go.
Go, Blues, go! Go, Blues, go! Go,
Hear the chant in the background from the UCC Blues.
2nd and 10, St. Andrews, big play. I guess they all are from here. Schmidt with the pass incomplete, however the hesitation drew UCC offside. So it'll be a 2nd and 5.
Yep, you're right, David. Move the ball 5 yards up.
4:38 to go. Use defense. Upper Canada's defense. Hoping to stop St. Andrews and give their teammates a chance.
Needs to say a very important play here.
2nd and 5. Receiver right, receiver left. 2 backs behind Schmidt. He looks to the air. That cheer was an outstanding defensive play.
Great play, defensive play by Hannibal Ponsier. Did you find that surprising, David?
I was surprised they went to the air. I know Bedell's been his favorite receiver at 6'5", and he's picked up at least 7, maybe 8 catches today, but I'm really surprised they have the running back who's got 4 touchdowns. You want to kill the clock. Why risk the chance of an interception?
Yeah.
Especially when you haven't fumbled the ball.
That's right. And we'll see what
3rd down, they got a kick. They're giving supposedly Upper Canada a chance. Little confusion. They're missing a lineman. Schmidt kicking away.
Clayton Jeffrey just electing to run right through traffic.
And he took the ball 20 yards. That's a nice return. They're deliberately kicking away from Tucker because of his speed, but what they seem to realize is that, or they don't seem to realize, is that Jeffrey also has a little bit of speed. So
He's a big
pick
threat.
your poison, right?
He's a big threat.
1st down, Upper Canada, good field condition, their own 40-yard line. We have 3 minutes and change to go, and they trail by 2.
And here we go, yet again. We've seen this scenario before with these two teams coming down to the final minutes of play.
Every play, a big one. Penalties could be a concern. Turnovers, let's see what happens. 3 receivers. Left. Tucker gets the ball, grabs it, tucks it underneath, moves forward.
And we've hit the 3-minute warning.
1st down. Power to Tucker. The chains are moving, and so are the fans on the far side.
What an entertaining game, though, it's been. It's really seen some good football. Lots of penalties the first half. Things have seemed to settle in, both teams.
I know this sounds a little silly, but this is the kind of game where you don't want to see anybody lose.
That's right.
1st and 10. Power checking the Saints defense. He's got Tucker behind him, 3 receivers to his left, 2 to the right. Passing. Dodges 1 defender. Gets Justin Wong, good enough for a 1st down, grabs the ball, goes down. You heard the UCC bench.
And that's really a tough throw, David.
On the run.
Rolling out to your left, right-handed quarterback. Great for Aiden to make that connection to Justin Wong, move the sticks, keep things going.
That talks about the thing you said earlier, the talent this young man has. 2:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Tucker gets the handoff, right up the middle. 5, 10, 15, 20 yards, and there was a fumble.
It looks like the Blues have recovered.
UCC has the ball. Officials signal a 1st down for Upper Canada. At the 26-yard line of St. Andrews.
This is actually one of the more impressive drives we've seen the Blues with.
2:13 on the game clock. Power throws.
Jordan Rao with a catch there.
Is that his first catch of the game?
I believe it is. And a gain of about 7, 8 yards.
Likely
quickly be drowned out here, David, I think. Blues bench.
Well, if you're watching, you can see what's happening and you can hear what's happening. 2nd and 2. Power. Looks to the bench. The whole team is looking at the bench. Tucker is wondering what's going on. The only back behind him is a play call violation. UCC penalized for taking too much time. That's the first delay of the game call in this game. Surprising, it comes with 1:39 to go. Third down. Timeout. Sanders gives both teams, both coaches, a chance to decide how they're going to defend on this 3rd and 1.
Yeah, I'm not certain what happened on that 2nd down there, David, when you had both quarterback and running back looking for some direction. I don't know if it was an attempt to perhaps draw the Saints offside, gain the 1st down, and it was unsuccessful. But
St. Andrews coach Courtney Shrimpton wanting an explanation from the officials about what's going on. In the meanwhile, Aiden Powers talking with his head coach, Dave Brown, about what will be one of the most important plays of this game.
Absolutely. With the 3rd and 1, 1 and 39 seconds left, the Blues behind by 2 points, deep in St. Andrews territory. This is potentially the play of the game.
But it also raises the question, Scott, do you go for the field goal?
Well, it looks like they're going to go for it. Although, remember, Aiden Power is their kicker.
Yep. But while the officials call this play in, it's a good time to say thank you to our production team, Peter, Jim, Cameron. And a big thanks to the communication staff, Chris and Jenny, for their support. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Power keeps the ball. He's stopped. He's short.
Yeah, that's
the cheers you
unfortunate.
hear are coming from the St. Andrews side, a very quiet UCC bench.
Yep, an unfortunate play there. It actually looks like quarterback Power tried to get through the line there and was stopped.
The quarterback sneak didn't work. I'm surprised they're not. Well, 1st down, St. Andrews. They're in. 1:33 to go. Probably going to try to keep the ball on the ground, kill the clock.
And I wouldn't say the game's done yet, though, David. I mean, there's lots of time with some clock management. You see UCC Blues calling a timeout right away.
Simmons with the ball, gains about 6 yards.
And with 1:27 seconds, if the Blues can stop them on this play, 2nd down, force the Saints to kick, they could get the ball back with a bit of time.
There will be some questions asked after the game about the penalty, the delay of game, about the decision for the quarterback sneak, and about possibly maybe why didn't you go for the field goal that close. The old coulda, woulda, shoulda.
That's right.
St. Andrews 25, Upper Canada 23. 1 minute 27 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. It's been an exciting game here at Upper Canada College in Toronto. The season opener for both teams. 2nd down, St. Andrews. Schmidt over the ball. A handoff to Simmons. He is stopped. pushed out of bounds.
Patrick Stevenson with the stop there.
Sets up a third down. 3 to go. Again, the questions, this time for St. Andrews. Do we go for it? What happens if we get stopped? Do we kick? And what happens if it's blocked?
I was surprised by the delay there, Coach Len Gurr, maybe thinking things over a little bit, but I think this deep in your zone, 2 points separating the teams, and it does look as though the UCC Blues will get the ball back.
Keep in mind, Scott, their quarterback is their punter. They don't want to give up 2 points either. The snap is critical. And he does get a short kick that bounces. Well, they have a chance. You're right.
A minute and 8 seconds left, and David, I've said it before today, but we have seen so many games come down to the final minute between these two teams, and that's exactly the scenario we're in again.
108.
25-23, St. Andrews in the lead, Blues with the ball. I think we're in for a thriller.
Jeffrey Clayton, who grabbed the ball on that punt, was smart and took it to the inner side of the field rather than out of bounds. UCC just inside the halfway mark. 68 seconds left. Power gets the snap, looking downfield, thinking about running. Now looking, now throwing.
We do have a flag on the far side of the field.
And the pass was incomplete.
Be unfortunate if he was past the line of scrimmage there when he threw that ball.
Flag called by Aaron Cohen, the head linesman. On the far side of the field.
Just a discussion. I do believe it's against the Blues, and that may be the call. Illegal pass downfield. Penalty is declined.
Decline. Sets up a second down for Upper Canada. 57 seconds left. They need a first down. 4 receivers left. Pass intended for Wong down the middle went incomplete. He had 4 receivers, Scott. He thought he could get the ball to Wong.
Down to the final play here.
And they're all looking to the coach.
Let's see what they can pull out of their pockets right now. Do they have that one play?
3rd down and 10. A must for a first down. Tucker behind Power. He's got 2 receivers left, 3 receivers right. Snap, the rush. No flag.
Get out of bounds.
No flag. Stevenson with the must catch.
The Blues will have to do a hurry-up offense here.
Whole new series of downs. First down, Power gets the snap, looks down, wide open.
Number 85, Jordan Rao there. Just ball out of his hands. If there's any advantage there, the clock does stop on an incomplete pass. So
35 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. St. Andrews ahead by 2 points. Blues looking to tie or win the game. Very quiet. 2nd and 10. Power. Looks. Throws. Wong incomplete. Cheering from St. Andrews. UCC wondering if there is pass interference. No flags. Sets up a 3rd down.
Looks like Justin Wong's hurt. Can the Blues do it again? They converted to keep this play, the drive alive.
A lot of muscle pulls in a game like this, first game. Power going over the possibilities of what play to call with the coaching staff. You're right, third down situation again.
I tell you, David, I mean, if this game is any indication of what their next matchup will be like, or an indication of what this league will be like, we're up for some exciting football.
And the next game is next Saturday, October the 3rd in Port Hope. Upper Canada travels to play Trinity, a 4-day rest. Then they go to Aurora to play St. Andrews, a Wednesday afternoon game. And then they close out October with 3 games in a period of 2 weeks, hosting Trinity, then against St. Mike's at Varsity, and then on Halloween back here at Upper Canada College.
Justin Wong just walking off the field as the Blues are set with 29 seconds left.
25-23, St. Andrews leading. Season opener, 3rd and 10.
Let's go!
Power, he hesitated, he waited. He realized he had one shot at it.
Lots of time there, and you're right, great patience from Aiden Power there to find the right spot.
Is that
right
Matt
receiver.
Parsons?
Yes, it was Matt Parsons. Great catch by Matt Parsons.
First down, into the end zone.
You can tell by the reaction of the fans.
We didn't have to say anything.
I'm just trying to pick up the number of the receiver.
8.2 seconds left in the game clock. A remarkable end. Power's 4th touchdown pass of the game. Twice converting on a 3rd and 10 on this drive. And a St. Andrews team that is just looking demoralized.
With 8 seconds left, it will be tough, I think, to bounce back from that. What a fantastic game.
Upper Canada 29, St. Andrews 25. Waiting for the convert attempt with 8.2 seconds to go. Scott, it's been a real pleasure working this game with you. And as you said before, if there are others like this, we're in for a heck of a season.
Blues just lining up to make it a 5-point game. And they do.
Convert is up and good, and it is now Upper Canada 30, St. Andrews 25.
What an exciting last series for the Blues. Backs against the wall.
And I don't know if it was Matt Parsons here who got the touchdown, but he's certainly getting a lot of hugs from his teammates.
Well, he certainly kept that the drive alive. We unfortunately couldn't see who caught that touchdown. Would love to give him credit, whoever it was, but he was immediately swarmed by about 10 Blues players.
And yet, the guy who does deserve the credit for this victory, despite all the efforts by the guys in the trenches, the offensive, defensive linemen, all the receivers and running backs, is the guy who hasn't come off the field in this game, number 12, Aiden Power, in his graduating year. I tell you, his father is standing beside us, and he's got this huge smile on his face, and let's hope his 3 brothers are listening in as well. There's the kickoff. Looking for the block. And it wasn't there for Josh Carter, but there is a flag, and there's 0 on the time clock. A little bit of confusion. Fans.
Blues fans a little bit anxious and eager there.
We'll see what the call is.
May have been a late hit or hit out of bounds.
Barring another penalty, this will be the last play of the game, and you'll hear just by the reaction of the Upper Canada Blues, who are in front of us, what happens. Once again, Peter, Jim, Cameron, our production staff, thank you for all the great support today in bringing this game to our viewers, and to Chris and Jenny in our communications department at Upper Canada College. Superb work. And Scott, it's been a pleasure again.
Always. There is one last play left here. We need to be mindful. Anything can happen.
So 4 deep defenders. Schmidt, there's a flag again. Schmidt went down.
And we'll see what the call is.
There's a second flag. And I think the officials are getting a little carried away here with the orange cloth.
It looks like the penalty may be against the Blues if the St. Andrews players are still on the field and huddling up.
Well, there was one flag close to us, and then at the end of the play, there was a second flag thrown at midfield. Upper Canada is called.
2 penalties.
Back to back.
Let's go, defense! Come on, defense!
I'm not
2
certain.
huge penalties.
Wow. I'm not certain, but that actually could have been a call against some of the fans coming on the field.
I think you're right. I think you're right. They're total of 25 yards. Anyway, here we go. Game clock time is elapsed. St. Andrews with what could be the last play on the UCC 40-yard line. Schmidt goes back, looks. Can't get the ball away. Boucher with a big tackle. No flags. That's the game.
That is the game. And the Blues will be very pleased with that result. Credit to the St. Andrews Saints, too. They played a great game.
Scott, I don't know if you noticed, the flag came out and fell on the ground, and he was looking to wave the end of the game, and everybody wondered, was there another penalty? Heck of a game.
That's an exciting ball game.
Well, let's wrap it up for you. Andre Simmons for St. Andrews, a remarkable 4 touchdowns, 3 in the ground, 1 in the air, and yet that still wasn't enough. It was Upper Canada who stormed back with 4 touchdown passes by Aiden Power, with a decisive one with seconds to go in the game to give the defending champions a 30-25 home field victory in the opener of the Conference of Independent Schools Athletic Association. I say the opener, not the championship. Played here at Upper Canada College in Toronto. Just a remarkable game. We'll see if we get a chance to speak to the head coach of Upper Canada, Dave Brown, his first game and a victory. Stay with us from the Oval here at Upper Canada College in Toronto.
So, David, I understand that Coach Dave Brown from the UCC Blues, after he shakes hands, will be here to join you for a few words.
Scott, I had a chance to grab him on the field, and he said, I just had to talk to the officials to make sure the game was over and all the flags were put away. He's very excited, no doubt. He wants to come over, will come over and talk to us, but he wanted to shake hands with the coaching staff. A very big win for him and the Varsity Blues.
His first win as head coach, taking over from Dave Shaw, and that's a nice handshake and a hug.
And Dave Shaw was here to see it too.
And I see Dave Brown just asking players to round up.
Congratulatory handshakes for the new head coach. A big hug as well.
And here he is.
Well, Coach, a little exciting, would you say?
Yeah, that was quite the first game of the season, that's for sure.
Congratulations. A good way to start as a new head coach.
Yeah, definitely was.
Was there a surprise play for you? Or I mean, if you put it all together, if you can get your train of thoughts, we were trying to figure out, was it that last touchdown pass by Power? Was it called by you?
Oh no, I didn't make any of those calls. That's all our offensive coordinator, John Paul Cavalluzzo. But it was just an entire game, right? I don't think you put it down to one play. It could have went either way. Obviously, as you saw, there was early games, so lots of mistakes. There was a lot of great plays there. That last throw, that last touchdown throw was absolutely fantastic. There were some intense calls too. We went for it on 3rd and 1, didn't get it, and we thought, hey, well.
Were you concerned with the delay of game penalty?
Oh,
it seemed as if that was a quick call on the part of the officials.
Well, it is what it is. Can't control that. We know the rules, and if it's a delay of game within the last 3 minutes there, then it's a loss down, and well, luckily we got that.
Was there any
down.
thought going in through your head that you're so close, you're in the red zone, you needed 3 points to win the game? Why risk the chance of going for a touchdown, kick the field goal?
Oh yeah, no, that was. We deliberated ahead of time, and sort of as a coaching staff, we decided that we didn't want to force the overtime. These guys, St. Andrews is a very strong team. They're a good team, and we wanted to try and bury the game as quickly as we could. And we thought our momentum was in our favor, so we decided we'd take it.
You know the history of the Power Boys when it comes to football at this great school. How would you sum up the play of Aiden Power today? Let's leave alone the 4 touchdown passes. How do you describe him as your kicker, your leader, your captain, your quarterback?
He's a terrific player. He's a great guy to have on the team. He's someone that the other boys, the other players really rally around. He kept his cool the entire game. There was times where he could have lost it or went off the handle, but I was very impressed. Right from start to finish, kickoff, he kept us together.
A season opener for the 2-time defending champs in what appeared to be a season championship game. It's a good way to start. Congratulations to you, your coaching staff, and the Upper Canada College Blues on a great victory today.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Once again, the final score, Upper Canada College coming from behind in a game that changed leads 6 times to be victorious over the St. Andrews College Saints, 30-25. My name is David Grossman saying goodbye. For all of us here at Upper Canada College, we thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the game as we did, and look forward to talking with you in the future.